Hey there, so I'm going to walk you through 6 of my favorite Shibori folds that you can implement with everything that comes in your kit. And then the other things you'll want to grab are just a pair of scissors and some rope or some string that you have laying around. And then you can also use clothespins, totally optional, but I'm just showing you all these different designs right now so that you have an idea of what is possible. And I'll start with the simplest first. So this one here is like the traditional tie-dye smush, and I'll show you how to do that one. I'll grab a cotton bandana. You can adapt as needed, but basically what you do is just gather your fabric, just kind of bunching it towards some sort of smush and then towards the center there. And then in your kit you've got these rubber bands, so then we'll just rubber band it real loosely. So if you like that kind of traditional tie-dye look, that's one option. And then to get like a tie-dye spiral, we'll start in the center, grasp with one hand, and I kind of have my 2 fingers grasping a piece of fabric in the center, and I'm kind of cranking. I'll brace with my other hand, and the idea here is to create kind of a rosette, and then this creates that tie-dye spiral. So it looks like this once it's bound up, that from the bottom. And then when it's ready to go in the dye, it'll look just like this. And then I'll show you another one of my favorites. Okay, buddy? This is called honeycomb Shibori. And this one's really dynamic and fun, so I'll show you how to do this one. So for this one, I'll just grab some string, and I'll cut the string just a little bit wider than the fabric that I'm working with. So I have about 3 inches on either side of a tail. And then from one end, I'm going to place the string and then roll the fabric loosely around the string there. So I'm just rolling. And then once I've got to this point, I've got my 2 pieces of twine out. I'll brace them with one hand and then push down with the other. So I've got a scrunchy shape. And then once I'm here, I'll do a double knot with this tail. Just like that. And then it's ready to go in the dye. Simple as that. But that's gonna get us honeycomb Shibori. Kind of classic. It's just a rubber band resist. So you've got a pack of rubber bands in your kit. So everywhere that I see a circle here, I've placed or braced the fabric with a rubber band, just like that. And I'll show you how to do that. This one's pretty self-explanatory. But I'll lay my fabric down and then just start to select those areas that I want to see a circle or a resist. And then just to continue, adding rubber bands wherever you'd like. And then something else that's fun, and I don't have an example of this with me, but you can take 2 rubber bands and make almost like a bullseye. So this would get us, if I put a rubber band right here, a circle within a circle. And I could continue adding rubber bands as much as I want to, but that's the general idea of how to get these nice circles here. And then I have, let's see, 3 more I want to show you. So this floral design will be with a pair of circular resist shapes. So for me, I have ball jar lids, but you can also use like a wooden shape. So to start, I'm going to fold my fabric. In this case, I'll fold it because I have a bandana. I'll fold it in half and then in half again. And then once I have it folded twice, I'm going to fold this corner up to this corner to create a triangle. And then from this center point of my fabric, so this is the exact middle of my fabric, I'll place my 2 circles. I'm going to make like a sandwich. So I'll place another circle on this side. But the idea is that they're mirroring each other. And then I'll take my 2 wooden shims and clamp those circles in place and secure either side of the wooden shims with rubber bands. Just like this. So that alone is going to get me this floral print. And then what else I have on this example, like totally optional if you like it, are clothespins. So in order to get these little squares, everywhere I have a square, I have a little clothespin. So to get that, I just gather up the edge of the fabric there and place my clothespins on the edge. You can do this with binder clips if you have those at home too. You can also start to incorporate the rubber bands and combine some of these different techniques with the other designs. So that'll get you a nice circular resist on the corner there. So I'll set this one aside and I'll show you another one that's related to this. So it's the same exact fold that we started with, but I'm just working with my popsicle sticks instead. So I'll fold my fabric in half again, and then you can even see where that crease is, where we've created the triangle shape. So I got my triangle. And then this is the center of my fabric, so I'll place my popsicle sticks in those 2 areas where we see the resist, and then secure either side with rubber bands. And then the last one I'll show you, another one of my favorites with the wooden shim. So for this one, it's kind of like a Charlie Brown zigzag. I've got 2 wooden shims and I've got my rubber bands. And so I'm gonna do what's called an accordion folds on the diagonal. So I like to place it in like a diamond shape. And I'll start to fold back and forth. It almost looks like the spine of a book once you've folded it. So once it's folded, if I look at it from the side, I can see the edges of the folds there. So I'm not folding it into itself. And then I'll just take my 2 wooden shims and I'll place them at about like a 45-degree angle. And then this will create my zigzag. I'll just secure either side with rubber bands there. And I could do this with my popsicle sticks too. Just like that. And then, you know, think about starting to combine. Maybe I'll put some rubber bands on the edges or tie a piece with string or something like that. Start to, yeah, just to explore a little bit. So I hope this is helpful and gets you inspired.